station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Straight ahead here on DC News Now at 5, a man is shot and killed by members of the U.S. Marshals Service. What we now know about the suspect who was wanted.
I think that they should keep it open.
So I'll just go somewhere else.
So it's really unfortunate that that's going to be happening.
Plus, a major company will now have a smaller presence in D.C. What residents are saying about the retail giant's announcement as it makes plans to close one of its 3 stores here in the district. And changes are on the way for the Dulles Toll Road, which could result in higher fees. How you can stretch your dollars when you hit the road. But first, here's meteorologist Damon Matson.
It turned out to be a beautiful afternoon with that sunshine breaking out in full force. Now, is this sunshine a sign of things to come for later this week, or will we see another storm system? We'll have a full look at your forecast here coming up in just a bit.
All right. Thanks, Damon. Thanks so much for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Annalisa Gale filling in for Mark Hall. New tonight, 2 U.S. Marshals shot and killed a man as they were trying to serve an arrest warrant in Southeast D.C. It happened around 1 p.m. in the Washington Highlands neighborhood. That's where we find our DC News Now's Leonard N. Fleming joining us with the latest from the scene. Hi, Leonard.
Good afternoon. Authorities say this is a law enforcement involved shooting involving a wanted man who is now dead. I'm going to step out of the way here because police just wrapped up their scene just a few minutes ago, took away the yellow tape. Police Chief Robert Conti said the shooting by 2 U.S. Marshals occurred around 1 p.m. in the 4300 block of 3rd Street Southeast in front of the Atlantic Apartment Homes when they engaged a man wanted on several warrants. After a short foot pursuit occurred, Conti said, near a hill in front of the apartments, and then the marshals saw the man, described as being in his 20s, brandish a weapon, and 2 marshals opened fire. Conti says he doesn't know how many times the man was shot. Robert Dixon, the U.S. Marshal in charge of the district, said the man was wanted on several warrants that he called legitimate, but he declined to reveal what they were for. Here's Chief Conti summing up the incident this afternoon.
As they were making apprehension of this person who was wanted, that person, as we've learned, produced a firearm. That person was then shot by U.S. Marshals. That person was rendered aid by the U.S. Marshals on the scene, and that person has ultimately been pronounced deceased.
DC News Now also caught up with a distraught aunt named Tiffany Curry Stewart, the aunt of the deceased man. She is demanding answers.
It's last week I paid a bond for my nephew to get out of jail because they said he had a warrant. So if he had a warrant last week and they got paid and he had an electronic monitor on, how do he have a warrant? And even with a warrant, how do you wind up dead with a warrant, unarmed? I need answers. We want answers.
Conti said all shootings in the district have to be investigated by his department and then the results presented to the U.S. Attorney's Office for an independent review. Reporting in Southeast, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now, back to you.
All right, thanks, Leonard. Well, the world's largest retailer will soon have a smaller presence in D.C. Walmart announcing that today that it is closing one of its 3 stores. The store on H Street is scheduled to close on March 31st. This morning's announcement means Walmart will be down to 2 stores in D.C. Our Dave LaValle is live tonight with reaction. Dave, what's the mood like out there?
Annalisa, I spoke to several of the 267 associates who work here, and surprisingly, they're taking it all in stride. They're allowed to transfer to other locations. If not, they will be paid through June 9th. That's the word according to a Walmart spokesperson. Yet it seems, after talking to a lot of people today, it's the shoppers who are really having difficulty with this store's pending closure.
I think that they should keep it open.
Unfortunately, Diane Hairston will not get her wish. Walmart has decided to close its H Street location at the end of March.
I couldn't believe that it was closing and taking the store down from the public and the people.
The store has been a staple in this neighborhood since it opened its doors in December 2013.
I've been in D.C. all my life, so I'm used to it. and bring it in before you can enjoy it is gone. So that's how it is. We just have to deal with it.
Walmart released a statement regarding the decision to close the store. It says in part, quote, "Some do not meet our financial expectations. While our underlying business is strong, this specific store hasn't performed as well as we hoped."
I think it's unfortunate because it's really a food desert around here, and they really need this store.
Tracy Campbell is concerned about how the store's closure will impact neighbors, especially when it comes to seniors.
The residents at the nursing home where I work, they come here and shop as well. So if this store is closed and they really don't have anything in walking distance for the seniors that have to walk, and this is a close store for them.
Shoppers faced empty shelves when a refrigeration unit broke down in January. Plus, supply issues did not help. They eventually got restocked. That will not be the case this time, as this Walmart location is going out of business.
You heard one shopper just a moment ago talk about the lack of grocery stores in the area. We should point out there are several options, including a Giant store, a Safeway, the Capitol Hill Market, and a Harris Teeter, all within about half a mile of this location. And in case you're just joining us and you haven't heard yet, the Walmart here on 8th Street, right behind me, will close after business March 31st. We're live. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, thanks, Dave. Well, taking a live look outside now at the National Mall. The sun is finally out after this gloomy morning. Let's get over to meteorologist Damon Matson now.
Yeah, Annalisa, it's been fantastic this afternoon, and hopefully everybody was able to get out and soak up some of that sunshine. It was a pretty filled-in satellite picture earlier today with all of the cloud cover, but clearly showing now that we have that sunshine really breaking out across the entire DMV. There were still a few clouds hanging on up toward northeastern Maryland, but even those have now moved off to the north and east, and things have started to really clear out. And that allowed our temperatures to rebound very, very nicely. Everyone at least reaching the 50s, but we did have some lower 60s. DC, parts of southern Maryland, off into northern Virginia, south of I-66 is where you really saw that warmer air here this afternoon. Garrett County, the only exception where it did stay chillier, more toward those low 40s, and that was a drastic improvement from the cloudy, cool, and even soggy setup we had this time yesterday, heading into your Monday evening. So as we continue along here, the sun is going to set right around 6 o'clock. It's the last 6 p.m. sunset until next fall, folks. We are starting to gain more and more daylight, but once that sun does go down, it is going to start to cool down and become a little bit chilly out there tonight. But it's been a winter where the warmer air has continued to stay along the East Coast. You can clearly see all of that warmth across the southeast. Meanwhile, the West Coast seeing a lot of that more wintry type setup here. And we're right on the fringes of this warmer air to our south. Will we see warm temperatures once again on your Wednesday? And what's the latest for the forecast with that storm system on Friday? We'll have a full check coming up here in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Damon. Well, new tonight, the mother of the man shot and killed by police near Tyson's Corner Center is sharing her pain and frustration tonight.
It just didn't make any sense, I guess, to me. So I was just trying to process everything.
Police say Timothy Johnson stole designer glasses from the mall before they ran after him and opened fire. His mom says that the alleged crime should never have ended in a death sentence. Our Yamari Sisse now spoke to Johnson's mother, who lives in Prince George's County. She's joining us live from the newsroom. Yamari, what is she saying tonight?
Yeah, Michelle Johnson is really using her faith to keep her grounded during this trying time. Now, police say her son was shot and killed after he was shoplifting. Today, when I spoke to her, she said she wants everyone to know that her son was loved, and she also wants more answers from police.
It was just stuck. I just couldn't understand what had happened. It just didn't make any sense, I guess, to me.
Michelle Johnson's life changed when police knocked at her door late Wednesday night.
Just couldn't believe that my son was gone.
Her son, 37-year-old Timothy Johnson, was shot and killed by Fairfax County Police near Tyson's Corner last week. He was known as Timmy to his family. He was a father, brother, and loved by a big family.
He was a creative at heart. wanted to try rapping, design clothes, design tennis shoes. And, I think he just wanted to just blow up, and just be this blinged out whatever, up till the day he took his last breath. Timmy, my baby, my firstborn, my only son, Timmy.
Police say Johnson stole designer glasses from the mall. They say he took off into the woods, and that's when 2 officers fired. Johnson was hit in the chest and died at the hospital.
How does something like shoplifting result in my son being shot and killed, almost hunted down in the woods like an animal? And that's the part I want answers to.
Police admitted Thursday night a search for a weapon at the scene turned up nothing.
Was the officer in fear for his life? There was no gun found. There was no weapon found. Why do you feel the need to pull yours? There are policies in place that the officer shouldn't even run after a person that's committed a misdemeanor.
And the fight for answers and justice is making it hard for this grieving mother to begin mourning.
I have to be strong. I have to do this in love. I have to do this in grace, in mercy. Like, I have to do this in a certain posture. And it's heavy. It's very, very heavy.
Johnson and her lawyer want Fairfax County Police to be transparent.
Be integral. Fairfax County Police Department, be integral. Chief Davis, be integral over this process so that we can begin to heal. If not now, when? Let's do better as a people. Let's do better as a community. Let's do better as a nation. If not now, when?
Now, the family does plan to host a vigil this Friday at Tyson's Corner, and Fairfax County Police says the family will be able to view the body cam footage before the public, and they do plan to release that in the next 30 days. And also, the officers involved, their names will be released in the next few days. And coming up on 6, you'll hear more from that family and how she wants the community to move forward. For now, reporting in the newsroom, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.